What's going on, YouTube? This is Lupo Sports Observer Politics. I've been observing a whole lot of things lately, man, and like the Los Angeles Lakers are like going through a struggle right now, right? They're struggling to stay above 500. They're inconsistent. They're old. You know what I mean? The roster is not deep. It has a lot of flaws. Okay, but recently Russell Westbrook and shit made some comments to where people misconstrued it as to him not caring about winning, which I disagree with. He made the comment that if he wins the championship, it's all gravy. But if he don't, then his life will go on. You know what I mean? Like it won't be the end of the world. But people, and some of my people that I fuck with here on YouTube, I'm gonna have to disagree with that statement because people are already taking it out of context. He didn't mean it as to say he's being selfish and he only cares about stats and everything. I mean, I didn't pick up that shit. What I picked up was I'm gonna play to the best of my ability. I'm gonna give it my all, and whatever happens, I'll live with it. Like you got a lot of great players, man, that didn't win championships. You know, um, Elgin Baylor comes to mind. Artis Gilmore. I can go on. Of course, usual suspects. Dominique Wilkins, Karl Malone, of course, Charles Barkley. Who else? John Stockton. So far, Chris Paul. I mean, there's been a lot of great players who haven't won championships. And I think Westbrook was looking at it as like, hey, if I get a championship, it's one of the greatest accomplishments, the greatest accomplishment of my career. And if I don't get it, it's not the end of the world. I mean, people they misconstrue Russell's comments pertaining to that situation, man. And I feel like it's not, it's not fair. You know what I mean? And recently, Shannon Sharp is like giving Russell the business, just like goddamn Skip Bayless. I mean, I don't watch Undisputed and shit, right? But at the same time, man, I mean, I'm just like, I'm flabbergasted as to why the Lakers' problems are almost put on the foot of Westbrook. Okay, like coaching is an extreme problem. Vogel is being outcoached damn near every game. If you go out and look at a video and shit recently, you would see that the coaching staff for the Lakers don't know what the hell they doing, man. Plus you got an old roster. A lot of players who are old and past their prime. I mean, Carmelo was just basically fall off the cliff. You got Rondo who hardly gets any playing time and shit. You got certified bums and Wayne Ellington, Malik Monk, and THT is he's ways off. You know what I mean? And then you got old ass Trevor Reason, injury prone Kendrick Nunn, who I wouldn't even suspect to see the court this year. If Trevor Reason does make it to the court, how long his ass gonna be out there? The Lakers' problems with this roster lie deep into Russell Westbrook, man. And I feel like because of who Westbrook is and shit, right? It's easy to point the finger at him. It's way easy to point the finger at him, man. And I feel like as though he's somewhat being a scapegoat. Now, the last couple games, he hasn't played too well, even though he scored 19 points in the game last night. But it just seemed like to me, the narrative on Russ is the negative narrative on Russ is just that I don't understand it. I don't get it, man. He goes 110% every game, right? Is his decision making the best as far as in certain situations? Nah, not at all. I mean, I wouldn't say that. Yeah, has he made some questionable, done some questionable things on the court? Yeah, of course he has. You know, so I feel as though, like, man, check it out. You can't put the feet of the Lakers' problems just on Russ. What about Anthony Davis? The guy is supposed to be in his prime, 28 years old, year and a half removed from winning a championship. And from what it likes to me, he hasn't committed himself to the game at all, man. Came in out of shape, came in lackadaisical, came in just complete opposite of what he came in his first year there in LA and his last couple of years in New Orleans. And even then, the story was out that he was injury prone, you know? Very injury prone, you know what I mean? And it's like, then you got LeBron James, man. The man shouldn't be carrying as much as load as he's carrying right now. That lets you know right there are many flaws in this Lakers roster, man. You know? Many flaws in this Lakers roster. Straight up. And people who expect LeBron to work miracles and shit at this advanced age, yeah, he's playing well, right? He's playing well, but mind you, this is December, and he's already missed a handful of games and shit due to injury. You know, who's to say, knock on wood, I'm not wishing this on anybody, I'm just talking about the situation and shit. What if he gets hurt again trying to do everything, you know? And then where would the Lakers be? Father Time is undefeated at the end of the day, man. And we gotta just we gotta have common sense and logic here, you know? And I feel like Russell Westbrook is being somewhat of a scapegoat. I don't think that's fair, man. I don't think that's fair at all, you know, because he was specifically brought there to show to take some of the load off LeBron James. It was him and Anthony Davis that should be taking the load off LeBron James. But Anthony Davis is not doing this goddamn part. I'm starting to wonder now that whole statement of I ain't got nothing left to prove, right? If anything, people should be more upset at that than the statement Russell Westbrook put out there. You know, like I said, people misconstrued and misunderstood the statement because of who Russell Westbrook is. Charles Barkley, he didn't win an NBA championship, but he's not gonna kill. He didn't kill himself over because life goes on and shit. You would like to win a championship. You would want to do everything in your power and give it your all to win a championship. But some people aren't as gifted, and some people aren't put in the right situations and shit, man. Come on. Like, we gotta be realistic and common sense here. You know, not everything that's put out there is straightforward, you know? And I feel like I said again, man, Russ Westbrook is being a scapegoat. I don't think that shit is right, man. Especially by Shannon Sharp, people like goddamn Skip Bayless, Colin Cowherd, and all that shit, who put it out this negative connotation that Westbrook is some type of cancer, man. You know, and some selfish player and shit. How can you be a selfish player and you're averaging triple doubles on a damn near yearly basis? Before last year, Russell Westbrook was taking his team to the playoffs, at least. And like I said, you gotta be in certain situations and shit to exceed in the playoffs and shit. You know? As opposed to somebody like Kyrie Irving who hasn't even proven he can take his team to the playoffs yet. The only thing he could prove is he could be a second fiddle, a Robin to another superstar and shit. You know? But, like I said, man, you got this negative connotation being put out here by Russ. And like I said, this ain't me capping for Russ and shit. This ain't me capping for Russ. This is just me seeing through the bullshit and seeing through what's really going on here. You know? And it's not like beforehand, Russ was playing bad all through the season. Yeah, he had a rough start, but prior to these last couple games, you can make the argument Westbrook was probably the Lakers' best player out there and shit. So I don't know, man. People got this negative connotation about Russ, and some of that shit, and some of the criticism warranted. Yeah, the turnovers. Sometimes he could be reckless in certain situations. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, man, like the Lakers' problems run deep into Westbrook. The Lakers' problems run way deep into Westbrook, and I feel like this shit right here is deeper than Russ. You gotta look at 80s like a commitment, LeBron's age, and the flaws of this roster, particularly the older players. I said in the beginning, Carmelo Anthony wasn't gonna be fitted with this team. If Carmelo's not scoring, what does he bring to the table? What the hell does he bring to the table? What that motherfucker do? What that motherfucker do, man? Besides score. If he ain't scoring, then what the hell, how valuable is Carmelo? Okay? How valuable is Melo and shit? Alright? But I just hope people don't read into all this media narrative, man, because we can easily fall prey to that shit. Just because we believe a certain narrative, man. You know what I'm saying? So, like and subscribe and let me know what y'all think.